Hare Krishna, welcome everyone to our Chaitanya Charitamrita audio class. Thank you for joining in. We'll begin with our prayers. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Dalita Shri Vishadhanvitam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpitarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evcha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharani Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashantyade Shatari Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So welcome everyone to our Chaitanya Charitamrita audio class. We are discussing from Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya lila, and we are in chapter 8. Chapter 8 is entitled Talks between Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Rai. In this chapter, we heard so far after delivering Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya and staying in Navadvip, staying in Jagannath Puri for some days, Mahaprabhu, he took permission from all the devotees. They tried to persuade him to take one servant along with him. They first of all said, please take us. Nityananda said, please take me. Damodar Pandit and Jagadanand Pandit, Mukunda, they were all saying, please take me. But Mahaprabhu, on the pretext of finding faults with them, he was glorifying their love for him. And then ultimately he agreed to take Kal Krishna Das. Then he went to take permission from Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya. He was really pained to hear that Mahaprabhu wants to leave him. And he said, please stay for a few more days. So Mahaprabhu stayed at his home for a few more days. He fed Mahaprabhu very nicely. And then Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya told, please go and meet Ramananda Rai. Ramananda Rai ache Godavari tire adhikari hoye teho Vidyanagare. Shudra Vishai Jnane Upeksha na koribo amar vachane tare avashya milibo. Please meet Ramananda Rai. He is a governor and he is staying on the bank of Vidyanagar. Please don't think him to be a Vishai. He's a great devotee. Earlier we would make fun of him. We would call him a Vaishnava. But now I have realized how great devotee he is. And then Mahaprabhu left. He came to the bank of Godavari. There he met with Ramananda Rai. Lord recognized Ramananda Rai. He was surrounded by so many Brahmanas as he was coming to take bath in the Godavari river. And Ramananda Rai, he saw Mahaprabhu. They both went into ecstasy. They wanted to just embrace and dance in ecstasy. And actually they started displaying all the symptoms of ecstasy. But then they saw that all these other people, they were not able to understand. Vijatiya lok dekhi Prabhu Karila Samvaran. So all the Brahmanas were thinking, why this sannyasi is touching and embracing a Shudra? Ramananda Rai is a Shudra. And why Ramananda Rai is getting overwhelmed and ecstatic seeing this sannyasi? Ramananda Rai is known to be a very, very sober personality. And then ultimately, Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Rai, they just controlled their emotions. Ramananda Rai offered prayers to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Ramananda Rai said, actually, Sarvam Bhattacharya is merciful to me. He wanted to benefit me, that's why he has sent you. And then Ramananda Rai said, I will meet at some other place, in secluded place. So then second time again Mahaprabhu came to meet Ramananda Rai in the evening time, and there was a great wonderful discussion happening. And Mahaprabhu asked, what is sadhan and what is sadhya? Please tell me. So the famous Ramananda Samvad we were discussing, and we discussed till verse number 75. So far, Ramananda Rai, he had answered at various levels what is sadhya and sadhan. First, Ramananda said, Varnashram, following Varnashram, Swadharma Acharana is the sadhan. Mahaprabhu said that is external. Please speak something more. Then Ramananda Rai said, when you offer your work to Krishna, Krishna Karmarpana, that is the sadhan. He says, that is also external. Please speak something more. And in that he quoted the words Yat Karoshi, Yadashnasi, Yat Juhoshi, Dadashi, Yat Tapasyasi Kaunte, Tat Kurusha Madarpanam. Then Mahaprabhu said, Eho Pahi Age Kahavar. Then Ramananda Rai said, Swadharma giving up the occupational duties, is the sadhan. He quoted this famous verse, Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Braja Ham Tam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshayishyami Mashusha. That's a pinnacle verse in Bhagavad Gita. Mahaprabhu said, Eho Pahi Age Kahavar. Then Ramananda Rai said, Jnana Mishra Bhakti. That is the way to achieve the goal. And he quoted a verse from Bhagavad Gita again, Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma Na Shochati Na Kankshati Samasarveshu Bhuteshu Mad Bhagati Labhate Param. After attaining the Brahma realization, the devotional service which is mixed with Jnana Mishra Bhakti, that is the essence of perfection. Mahaprabhu said, Eho Pahi Age Kahavar. Then Ramananda Rai said, Jnana Shunya Bhakti Sadhyasar. And he quoted another verse from the prayers of Brahmaji. Jnane prayasamudapasya namanta eva jivanti sanmukaritam bhavadiya varta sthane sthita shrudigatam tanuvan manobhi ye prayasho jitajitopi taistrilokyam. When a spiritualist gives away all the impersonal conceptions of the Supreme Lord, Jnane Parayasam Udapasya, and he offers his obeisances unto you, Namanta Eva. And then when you hear about your glories from your devotees, Jivanti Sanmukharitam Bhavatiya Varta, wherever he may be situated, Sthane Sthita, in that condition, he can conquer the unconquerable Lord. At that point, Mahaprabhu said, Eho Hai. First time Mahaprabhu accepted Eho Hai. But Age Kahavar. I want to hear more. Ramananda Rai said, Sadhya Bhakti Sarva Sadhyasha Sar. I said Prema Bhakti, Prema Bhakti Sarva Sadhya Sar. Worshipping Krishna in the mood of loving devotional service is the essence. Ecstatic love, it is the essence of all perfection. And he quoted verse from Rupa Goswami's compositions. Nanopachar Mujanamata Bandho Premeva Bhaktiridayam Sukha Vitrutam Syat. Yavat Shudasti Jathare Jaratha Vipasa Tavat Sukhaya Bhavato Nanu Bhakshya Peye. In that it is described When the Lord is worshipped with pure love, the various activities performed in due course awaken the love which is there in the heart. Just like as long as there is hunger and thirst within the stomach, the food which we eat makes one happy. And then he quoted another verse. Krishna bhakti rasa bhavitamati kriyatam yadi kutopi lapyate tatra laulyam api mulyam ekalam janma koti sukritirna lapyate. He is giving the path of prema bhakti, rag marg. So first he gave the process of vaidhi bhakti, and then he gave the process of rag bhakti. So rag bhakti means, he says, Krishna bhakti rasa, the pure devotional service in Krishna consciousness cannot be attained by the pious activities of many, many lifetimes. Only one price we have to pay to get this rag bhakti. What is that? Laulyam, we have to be greedy for it. Without that greed, one cannot advance to the level of rag marg. Prabhupada writes in the purport. The first is devotional service in accordance with regulative principles. And the second is spontaneous loving service without any extra endeavor. Now it is spontaneous. Sadhana bhakti and bhava bhakti or raga bhakti. That is spontaneous. Ragatmika or raganuga bhakti. So that's how it is important to understand that Ramanand Rai, Mahaprabhu is taking Ramanand Rai to our next levels with every question. And then Mahaprabhu said, Eho bhai, aage kaho, I want to hear more. Then Ramanand Rai said, Dasya prem sarva sadhya sar. Now in that prema also, there are 5 levels. First he described overall, prem bhakti. In that prem bhakti, sadhya, sadhana bhakti and raga bhakti. So in that prema bhakti, there are 5 levels, we know. So he first tells about dasya. Dasya prema sarva sadhya sar. When one loves the Krishna, serves Supreme Lord as in the role of a servant, and he considers Lord as my master. At the stage of prema, mamata comes. As Rupa Goswami writes in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, mamatva atishaya ankita. In the sadhya bhakti, in the sadhana bhakti, the devotee thinks, I am Krishna's servant. But in the raga bhakti or bhava bhakti or prema bhakti, the condition is Krishna is my master. There is a difference in that. Although the meaning may be the same, but the bhava is different, mood is different. I am Krishna's servant and Krishna is my master. Externally speaking, the meaning is the same, but there is huge difference in the feeling. Krishna is my master. Mamata. When the mamata comes, that is where prem starts. He is my Lord. I am Krishna's servant. That is one way of telling. That is one way of one level of relationship. Krishna is my master. That is different feeling. He quotes a verse from Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. Yannam shruti matrena puman bhavati nirmalaha tasya tirth padah kimva dasanam avashishyate. A man becomes purified simply by chanting the names of Krishna. Yannam shruti matrena. This is 72nd verse. Puman bhavati nirmala. One gets purified. Tasya tirtha padakimva, what to speak of that personality who has attained the position of becoming servant of Krishna. Another verse was quoted by Ramanand Rai. Yamunacharya, writes in his Stotra Ratna, famous verse. भवन्तमेवानुचरं निरन्तरं प्रशान्त निःशेष मनोरथान्तरं कदाहमैकान्तिकनित्यकिङ्करं प्रहर्षयिष्यामि सनाथ जीवितम्. By serving you constantly, O my Lord, bhavantam anucharam nirantaram. By serving you constantly, prashant, I've become pacified. Nihshesh manorathantaram. All my material desires are vanquished. Kadahamekantika nitya kinkaram. When shall I engage in your service, O my Lord? Praharshayishami, and I'll always feel joyful. Sanatha Jivitam, when I will have you as my master. That is Dasya Prem. Prabhu kahe eho hai kichu aage Rai kahe Sakhya Prema Sarva Sadhya Sar. Prabhu tells, if there is something more, can you please tell me? And then we discuss the last verse. Ramananda quotes the famous verse from Bhagavatam where Shukadeva Goswami is describing the position of the cowherd boys. Although they were playing with Krishna like ordinary children, when Krishna goes to the forest with all the cowherd boys, they would wrestle with Krishna, they would jump on the shoulders of Krishna and they would make fun of Krishna. Sometimes they would tell Krishna, please open your mouth, and instead of putting some sweet, they would put a flower in his mouth, and Krishna would make a very bitter face. Sometimes Krishna would eat their remnants. And sometimes he would, speak abuses. He would wrestle and he would beat them and he would get defeated by them. See all this. A person will say it is like ordinary children playing. What is a big thing? Shukadeva Goswami says, no, it is not ordinary. Itham satam brahma sukhanubhutya dasyam gatanam paradevatena maya shrutanam naragarakena shakam vichahru krita punya punja. Itham, all these, itham satam brahma sukhanubhutya. Actually, those who are engaged in brahma sukh, those who are brahmavadis, nor dasyam gatanam, nor those who are engaged in devotional service of the Lord as the master, both of them, they can never understand what is the position of these gopas. Not only that, and what to speak of Maya Shritanam Nardarakena, if they cannot understand, if Brahmavadis cannot understand, if the devotees in Dasya Bhav cannot understand, what to speak of those who are under the clutches of material energy. Maya Shritanam Naradarakena Sakam Vijahru Krit Punya Punja. Understand that these exalted personalities who are playing with Krishna, they are not ordinary boys. They have attained this position after accumulating many lifetimes of punya. This punya is not ordinary punya. This is the punya of bhakti. Bhakti Anmukhi Sukriti. Mahaprabhu is very happy. Prabhu kahe eho uttam aage kahwar, Rai kahe vatsalya prema sarva sadhya sar. Eho uttam, this is the best. Very good, very good. But please, can you tell me a little more? Ramananda describes vatsalya prema, serving the Lord in a parental mood. That is highest perfection stage. Srila Prabhupada writes, the stage of loving service to the Lord in fraternity or vatsalya bhav is a very advanced stage. And he'll quote a verse from Bhagavatam where Parikshit Maharaj asks Shukadeva Goswami, what is this? What is the position of Nanda Maharaj? Who is this Nanda Maharaj? What activities he has done? And what activities Yashoda Mai has done? Nanda kim akarod brahman shreya eva mahodayam Yashoda cha mahabhaga papo yasya stanam hare. What activities Nanda Maharaj has done, O Brahmana Shukdev Goswami? Please tell me. That Krishna appeared as his son, and he has the right to correct Krishna, chastise Krishna for his naughty behavior. Who is he? And what to speak of Yashoda? Who is this Yashoda? She's Mahabhaga. She's the most fortunate lady because Krishna, he is taking milk from her breast. What is her situation? What is her position? Who is she? One of the great Acharya, he says that I just want to appear in the house of Nanda Maharaj. I worship the house of Nanda Maharaj. Yasya linde param brahma. In the house of Nanda Maharaj, the supreme para Brahma is playing like a small boy. Nanda Maharaj would tell Krishna, please can you get my slippers? And Krishna, as a small boy, would put his slippers on his head. And somehow he is getting, Krishna, can you please bring that small table here? As a small child, Krishna would try to push that table, although not able to do so. He would slap his hands, telling them, don't worry, I'll do it, I have the strength. Vibharti kvachitagyapta pitha konmana paduka bahukshepam cha kurute swanam cha pritimavahan. Krishna is doing all this to attract love. What are these personalities? Nemam virincho nabhavo nashrirapyanga samshrayat prasadele bhire gopi yattat prapya vimuktidat. The position which is achieved by Yashoda, Nemam virincho, that favor is not given to even Brahma, na Bhavo, not Shiva, not Shrir, even not Lakshmi. The prasad, the favor, prasade lebhire gopi, the favor which this gopi has received, nobody has received so far. This gopi is Mother Yashoda. Krishna is just depending on Mother Yashoda. Mata more shuddha bhave kore na taran, ati hina jnane kore lalana palan. Yashoda Mai can chastise Krishna, can correct Krishna, can bind Krishna. Who is she? That is the position of Yashoda. After describing this, Mahaprabhu was very happy. Hearing this statement, he was very happy. But Mahaprabhu, he wanted to hear something more. He wanted to hear little more about the prema of Madhurya Bhav. And he says, Prabhu kahe ho tam aage kaho aar, Rae kahe kanta prem sarva sadhya sar. Prabhu kahe eh uttam. This is again the ultimate. This is the best thing. But can you tell me something more? Eh uttam, aage kaho aar. This is the best. Very nice things you have told me, but can you tell me a little more? Aage kaho aar. I want to hear more. What is this? Rai kahe kanta prem. The conjugal attachment for Krishna is the topmost position. Prabhupada writes, in the case of love in servitude, there is want of confidence. Very, very wonderful statement Prabhupada is making here. In the case of love in servitude, there is want of confidence. There is a want of increased affection in fraternal relationship. In the Vatsalya Bhav, affection increases. And when this affection increases, in the parental relationship, in the so after Dasya, in Sakhya, the affection increases. And that affection when increases, it becomes Vatsalya. Even when this affection increases in parental relationship, there is nonetheless a want of complete freedom. Still, there is something which is missing. However, when one becomes a conjugal lover of Krishna, everything lacking in other relationships completely manifest. Love of God lacks nothing in conjugal stage. So this Madhurya Bhava, that is the epitome of loving Krishna. That's why Mahaprabhu, he was very happy to hear this. And then he quotes a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 47th chapter, 60th verse. Nayam Shriyangu Nitantarate Prasada Swarayoshita Nalina Gandarucha Marutonya Ratsotsavesya Bhujadandagita Kantha Labda Shishamya Udgad Vrajasundarinam. So when Uddhav visited Vrindavan, because Krishna wanted Uddhav to take message and tell all the gopis, when he saw the epitome of love of the gopis, he came with a hat of knowledge. But when he saw the height of devotion, love these gopis had for Krishna, it is said in a wonderful way of describing how Uddhava he felt very small. He kept looking up, 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 up to see the height, the epitome of this love, and his hat of Jnana fell down. Na ayam Shriya Anga Nitantarate Prasadaha. This transcendental favor which was bestowed upon the gopis, it was not bestowed even upon Lakshmi and all the goddesses of fortune in the spiritual world. Sarayoshitam Nalinagandharucham Kutonya. Actually, it was not even imaginable for the beautiful girls in heavenly planets. If Lakshmi could not achieve this favor, what to speak of the heavenly girls? The heavenly damsels, they have the aroma of fragrant flowers. Then what to speak of the earthly ladies, who may be very, very beautiful. But in comparison to earthly ladies, in comparison to heavenly ladies, what are these earthly ladies? In comparison to Lakshmis, what are these heavenly ladies? Even Lakshmis could not get this favor. What to speak of heavenly apsaras? And there is no need to even speak about the earthly ladies. That favor was given to the gopis of Vrindavan. When Krishna, he was dancing in Rasa Lila, he was putting his hands around around the neck of all these gopis, embracing them. That's why when Krishna and Balram they entered Mathura, all these Mathura ladies, when they saw the beauty of Krishna and Balaram, they were amazed. And they were glorifying gopis. They were telling what austerities these gopis must have performed in their past lives. Gopya tapah kimacharam yadamushya rupam lavanya saramasamurdvamananya siddham drikhi pibantyasava vinavam durapam ekantatham yashasa shriya aishwarasya Gopya tapa kim acharam. What austerities these gopis must have performed? They were having darshan of this beautiful form of Krishna who is Lavanyasar. It is essence of loveliness. Lavanyasaram asama urdhvam. There is nothing better than this. Ananya siddham. There is no perfection greater than this. And these gopis were drinking this nectar, drikbhi prabanti. Through their eyes, they were drinking the nectar of the beauty of Krishna every day. Ekantatham, he is the only abode of beauty, wealth, and faith. So that's how the gopis are the epitome of Madhurya Bhava. Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport. When Uddhav visited Vrindavan, he wanted to give the message of Krishna, but he saw the love of gopis for Krishna. He admitted that the fortune of the gopis could not be compared to the fortune of even Lakshmi's. Tasamaviraghoshauri sakshan manmatha manmatha pītāmbara Tasamaviraghoshauri smayamana mukhambuja pītāmbara sakshan manmatha manmatha Tasam avirbhut shauri. Krishna suddenly disappeared from the Rasa Lila. And all the gopis, they were in intense separation. And seeing the intense separation, the feelings of pain of all these gopis, Krishna suddenly appeared. Tasam avirbhut. He appeared. Shauri. Krishna is described as Shauri. Very powerful, valorous. Smayamana Mukhambuja, he had a beautiful smile on his face. He was wearing a Pitambardhara, Sragvi. Sragvi means he had a garland of forest flowers. Sakshan Manmatha. Manmatha is Cupid. Cupid can churn the heart, churn the mind. Krishna can churn the mind of Cupid also. That's why he's called as Madan Mohan. Krishna appeared because of the love of gopis again. That's the position of gopis. And then he describes, Ramananda describes the exalted position of the conjugal love for Krishna. He says actually there are many various means and processes by which one can attain the favor of Krishna. But when all of these transcendental processes are purified, then one reaches the stage of prema. If you see from another one perspective, they are all wonderful. Either dasya or sakhya or vatsalya or madhurya, they are all glorious. But if you see, if you do a comparative analysis, you'll find that the love, madhurya bhav, it is the highest. Although at one level they are all the supreme, but still there are some higher and lower degrees of love. Srila Prabhupada writes, this verse does not advocate the whimsical invention of some methods of love of God. So because this verse says in the 83rd verse, it is said, whatever relationship a devotee has with Krishna, it is best. Either dasya or sakhya or vatsalya or madhurya, it's the best. But when we study from a neutral position, we'll find there are some higher degrees and there are some lower degrees of love. That does not mean I can love Krishna in whatever way I want. No, there's no space for whimsical behavior in Krishna consciousness. And if somebody thinks, okay, I can do anything I want, that is my rasa. No, it will create havoc in the society. Shruti, Smriti, Puranadi, Pancharatra, Vidimbina, Ekantiki, Harer, Bhakti, Utpataye, Vakalpate. If we practice bhakti according to our own whimsical means, not following the scriptures, Shruti, Smriti, Puran, Pancharatra, if we give up all these, and Ekantiki Hare, Ekantiki means I can do whatever I want, it will create havoc. Prabhupada writes, an invented devotional attitude simply creates disturbances. A very interesting word. Invented devotional attitude. There is no way one can invent a devotional attitude. Only these 5 attitudes, rasas are there, primary rasas. And there are so many speculations present now. And there are so many things happening. Prabhupada writes, nowadays people, they do Bhagavad recitation for livelihood. Bhagavad Saptah. Prabhupada was very much against Bhagavad Saptah. What is this Saptah? Bhagavatam should be heard whole life. It is not just for 1 week. And all these professional reciters, what do they want? They want money in return. That is not the mood of a Bhagavad Kathakar. Somebody is doing kirtan for livelihood. That's also not accepted. Kirtan should be only for the pleasure of the Lord. Otherwise, it is not at all devotional service. If somebody is doing bhakti for some mundane benefit, that is also not accepted. Prabhupada writes, there are many unauthorized parties pretending to belong to Caitanya cult. Prabhupada takes the names of all the Upasampradayas. Prominent 13 are there. Aula, Baula, Karta, Bhaja, Neda, Daravesha, Sai, Sahajiya, Sakhi Bheki, Smart, Jat Gosai, Ativadi, Shudadhari, Gauranga Nagari. So all these are the various Upasampradayas. Upasampradaya means anything, any personality is not following the rules and regulations given by Mahaprabhu, and they are practicing something according to their whimsical ways. That is Upasampradaya. And Prabhupada then compares caste Goswamis with the Shad Goswamis of Vrindavan. He says nowadays people, they say, oh, we are coming from in this Goswami family. There is nothing called Goswami family. Goswami is not a caste. It's a title given to a person who has controlled his mind and senses. Prabhupada said this is simply a cheating process, this caste Goswami. Prabhupada writes, there are also non-devotees who compose unauthorized songs, who establish different temples for money, who worship the deity as priests for salaries, who accept caste Brahmanism as all in all, and do not know the value of pure Vaishnava. Prabhupada was very much against all these things. Somebody is opening temples because people will come, give donation, I will take care of my family. My bank balance will increase. That's why when Gaur Vilas Babaji left his body, all the Babajis of Brinda of Navati, they wanted to own the body of Gaur Vilas Babaji. They wanted to make the Samadhi of Gaur Vilas Babaji in their mutt. Why? Because Gaur Vilas Babaji was such a great saint, everybody knew him. And if his Samadhi is there, people will come, they would give donation. And Saraswati Thakur said, I am the only disciple of Gaur Das Babaji Maharaj. And he said, if any of you have not been in relationship with a woman for last 1 year, come ahead. Nobody. For 6 months, 1 month, 1 week, 1 day, still nobody came. That was the condition that time. So therefore, if somebody is worshipping the Lord for money, that is not the standard of devotional service. Prabhupada writes, furthermore, there are many Mayavadis who are overly addicted to material sense enjoyment. None of these can be compared to a person who is purely engaged in reaching Krishna consciousness. Most of the spiritualists today, they are pretending to be a great spiritual teacher just because they want to make money. And that is not at all accepted in proper spiritual parampara. So Prabhupada writes that these 5 prominent rasas, Shanta, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, Madhurya, they are all transcendental and pure devotees. they take shelter of them. And then Prabhupada writes, actually one can come to the stage of taking this shelter of these five rasas only when one is purified of the anarthas. If you have still anarthas, if you have still lust, anger, greed, pride, and illusion, we cannot practice this dasya bhakti or vatsalya or sakya or prem. No, that is far off thing. Prabhupada said, the Sarupa Siddhi, when one is purified, then it is revealed to him what is his Swarupa. Actually, from a neutral perspective, either Dasya or Shanta or Dasya or Sakya or Vatsalya or Madhurya, they are all pure. They are all perfect. But still, from the comparative point of view, there is a gradation. And he continues. He says, there is increasing love experienced in all these rasas one after another. And the highest taste manifests in Madhurya Bhav. Yathottaram yasa swada visheshullasamayyapi pratirvasanaya swadvi bhasate tvapi kasyachit. So the highest taste is experienced in Madhurya, conjugal love. And then he says, as there is gradual order of improvement, the next mellow contains the mellow of the previous one. Sakya has the mellow of Dasya also. The friends of Krishna, they have also served Krishna like servants. Vatsalya has Sakya and Dasya. And Madhurya has Vatsalya, Sakya, Dasya. Both, all. He gives an example. Just like the qualities of material elements, sky, air, fire, water, earth, they increase one after another. Earth has all the characteristics. Sky has only sound. Air has touch and sound. Fire has form, touch, and sound. Water has taste, form, touch, and sound. Earth has everything. Smell, taste, form, touch, and sound. So that is how it is. Madhurya has all the five. It is the highest. Paripurna Krishna Prapti Yehi Prema Hoite. Yehi Premara Vasya Krishna Kohe Bhagavate. The complete attainment of lotus feet of Krishna, Paripurna Krishna Prapti, is possible specifically in Madhurya. And Bhagavatam describes this in great detail by describing the exalted position of gopis. Krishna himself tells, Mai bhaktirhi bhutanam amritattvaya kalpate tishtya yadasil matsneho bhavatina madapanaha. Mai bhaktirhi bhutanam. Devotional service rendered unto me. Amritattvaya kalpate. Qualifies a person for liberation. And Nishtya Yadasi Matsneho. By some good fortune, all of you gopis, you are actually engaged in my loving devotional service. That is very, very rare. Dishtya. Dishtya means by some good fortune. So Prabhupada writes there are two words used in this verse. Bhakti and Amritatva. Bhakti means devotional service, Amritattva means eternal. The aim of human form is to attain devotional service, which is eternal life. Amritatvaya kalpate. कृष्णेरा प्रतिज्ञा दृढ़ सर्वकाल आछे यही अच्छे भजे कृष्ण तारे भजे तैछे कृष्णेरा प्रतिज्ञा सर्वकाल आछे Krishna has taken a vow. Whoever worships me in whatever mood, I reciprocate with him accordingly. Ye iche bhaje, Krishna bhaje tare iche. Very simple. Krishna speaks in Bhagavad Gita also. Ye thama prapadyante. But, and Prabhupada in the purport, he says that does not mean yatomat tatopat. Prabhupada never leaves a chance to clarify any misconceptions. Although the topic here which is mentioned is such a high level of topic, prema bhakti, Prabhupada never ever leaves a chance to bring a person to a basic level. That does not mean yatomat tatopat, you can do whatever you want. Yehi aiche bhaje, Krishna bhaje tare taiche. No. Yatomat tatopat is not the way mentioned in scriptures. Prabhupada gives a simple example, which he has given hundreds of times. If you take a road going to Calcutta, you will not go to Delhi. And Prabhupada writes that these people, some people claim that one can conceive of the Supreme Lord in any form, in the form of Durga or Shiva or Ganesh or Ram or Krishna or anything. Sab ek hi hai. No, it is not the same. It says people say you can chant any name, kuch bhi karo chalega, kuch bhi naam lo chalega. No, nahi chalega. He quotes this verse, Yanti Deva Vrata Devan, Pitrini Yanti Pitri Vrata, Bhutani Yanti Bhutechya, Yanti Madhyajino Pimam. Those who worship Devtas, they go to Devtas. Those who worship Pitris, they go to Pitraloka. Those who worship ghosts, they go to their planet. Those who worship me, they come to me. Simple. But foolish people, less ignorant, less intelligent people, they worship Devtas. Ritagyan means their intelligence is stolen. Kamaistai Ritagyana prapadyante anya devata. They surrender to other devatas because their intelligence is stolen. They don't know the result which they get from these devatas. It's very short-lived. It is short-lived. Antavattu phalam tesham tadbhavati alpamedasam. Less intelligent people worship devatas. But devotees worship me. Krishna says, Bhaktya mam abhijanat. So then Prabhupada writes, Gopis, they worshipped Katyayani. Katyayani's Yog Maya. Some man may worship Kali. He'll not get the same benefit as the gopis are getting. Gopis are worshipping Yoga Maya. This man is worshipping Mahamaya. They'll not get the same result. And he says, Prabhupada writes that actually Lord has many names. He is Brahman, Paramatma, he is Srishtikarta. So many names. Jagdishwara. But even when it comes to worshipping Krishna, one who worships Brahman and one who worships Bhagavan, they don't get the same destination. Even there is difference in that realm also. So what to speak of worshipping other devtas? Prabhupada writes, Paramatma realization is also incomplete realization. Even a devotee of Narayan, even Bhagavan realization, Prabhupada writes, there is some difference. Even a devotee of Narayan cannot understand the attractive features of Krishna. There is difference at that level also. What to speak of anything else? The Bhagwan, even if somebody is worshipping Bhagwan, even in Bhagwan there is difference. Narayan worshippers go to Vaikuntha. Krishna worshippers go to Goloka. So how can somebody say sab ek hai? Sab ek nahi hai. Prabhupada writes, according to material conception, people may say Rukmini, Raman and Krishna are one and the same. No, in the spiritual world, it is not the same. Rukmini Raman and Krishna are not the same in the absolute understanding. Rukmini Raman is Dwarkadhish Krishna, and this Krishna of Goloka is different. Rasa is different. So therefore, rasa bhas, there is rasa bhas if you mix two rasas. So therefore, every rasa has a different destination. Every worship has a different destination. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam sataiva bhajamyaham mama vartamanu vartante manushya partha sarvasha. And then he describes how the worship of the gopis is so great that although Krishna, he has made this declaration that ye yatha mam prapadyante tam sataiva bhajamyaham. Whoever worships me in whatever mood, I reciprocate with him accordingly. But Bhagavatam describes that Krishna could not reciprocate with the gopis accordingly. He could not. He said, I cannot repay you. Please be satisfied with your service. Na parayeham niravadya samyujam swasadhu krityam vibudhayushapi vaha yama bhajandurjargeha shrinkala samvrishya tadva pratiyatu sadhuna na parayeham. I cannot repay you. Niravadya samyujam. You have rendered unalloyed devotional service unto me. Niravadya sanyujam. Swasadhu krityam vibudhayushapi. Even I cannot repay you, even if in the whole life of Brahma. Vibudha ayush. Vibudha means Brahma. Ayu means life. I cannot repay you. Na parayeham. Even in the life of Brahma, I cannot repay you. Swasadhu krityam. Whatever honest activities you have performed, I cannot repay you. Yama bhajandur jarageha shrinkala. You have worshipped me without caring for any of your family bondage. Durjara, that family attachment is so very difficult to break. Samvrishya tadva pratiyatu sadhuna. Please be satisfied with your devotional service itself. That is the only remuneration for you. Your service is your reward. I cannot give you any reward. Your service is your reward. Yadyapi Krishna Saundarya Madhurya Radhurya Brajadevira Sangetara Badhaye Madhurya. Yadyapi Krishnera Madhurya, Krishnera Saundarya. Although Krishna's beauty, it is unparalleled. Madhuryera Dhurya. Dhurya means the epitome. Brajadevira Sange. Although the sweetness is already on the epitome, but it still increases unlimitedly. Brajadevira Sange Tare Bhadaye Madhurya. When Krishna is with the gopis, the sweetness still increases unlimitedly. So Krishna, when he enjoys with the gopi, that is a perfect way. That's the perfect way he enjoys. He quotes a verse. Tatrati shushubhe tabhir bhagavan devaki sutaha madhye maninam heimanam mahamarakato yatha. Although Devaki Sutta, or the son of Devaki, is natural reservoir of all kinds of beauty. Tatra ati shushubhe. But when he is among the gopis, naturally extremely beautiful. But when he is with gopis, he becomes more beautiful. Ati shushubhe. Just like the market jewel is very, very beautiful, but when it is put in jewel, a golden ring, it looks more beautiful. So that's how Mahaprabhu says now. This is certainly the limit of perfection. But Mahaprabhu says, first of all, he says this is the limit of perfection. But can you please be merciful to me and tell me something more? राय कोहेरी हर आगे पूछे है न जने ए तदिन नहीं जानी अच्छा ये भुवने. Ramanand Rai says, who could inquire beyond this in the entire world? I have not seen a single person till date in this entire world who will ask about anything better than this. This is unimaginable. And then Ramanand Rai starts describing the love of Srimati Radharani. That we'll discuss next time. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. Any questions anybody has? Okay, so we'll stop here. Shri Prabhupada ki jai.